Hello and welcome to another Pro Light and Sound Middle East video interview. Of course, the region's largest and dedicated exhibition for the Pro AV and entertainment industries. 40 exhibitors and 100 plus brands with us this year from the 23rd to 25th of September at the Dubai International and Exhibition Centre. One of these exhibitors is Aviss UAE company, and I have with me now Sanjeev Singh, the Managing Director of Aviss. Thank you very much for joining us, Sanjeev.
Thank you for having me.
You've been exhibiting at Pro Light and Sound Middle East since the first show in 2016,
yes.
And you're back again in 2018. Tell us a little bit about Aviss and the line of your business here in the UAE and wider Middle East.
Okay. Aviss, I started my company in 2012, and we became distributors for Bosch, I think in 2012 again. And ever since then, we grew our brand. We added more brands. Some of the predominant brands, Bosch, Panacoustics is another major brand we handle. Plus ViewSonic, we took over this year as a video product, and a little bit of audio products from here and there. And Christie Digital, we represent for their projector range for some projects. These are the main brands, but we mainly focus on PA, BGM systems. Especially with Panacoustics and Bosch, we do get involved with projects which are more concentrated with speech intelligibility. So we can do a lot of high decibel projects, but we like to concentrate ourselves on speech intelligibility. That's where we are known for. Okay.
You work a lot with system integrators and installers and supplying your products to complete a number of projects in the UAE region. You've been in the market for 8 years, I understand. What are some of the key challenges that you find as a distributor of all your quality brands that you have?
The biggest challenge is lack of knowledge of consultants, probably, because a lot of them are still quite backward in terms of their knowledge base. And there's a lot of copy pasting going on in specs. So sometimes you're doing buildings which are only a few rooms, but the specs are written for a big skyscraper at times, or a big project. Then it's very difficult to get the clients and the system integrator or the contractor to tell them, look, we need to change the spec, because they want to meet the consultant requirement, which is not possible. That is the biggest headache, I think, at the moment. There's too many specifications which are not related to the actual building you're doing.
Okay. Pro Light and Sound Middle East, you mentioned quite a few brands that you have under your portfolio. Any particular highlights to expect this year?
This year with Bosch, we're trying to not release it, but to launch our new IP range of PA systems, which has recently been showcased in Europe, and it's going to get launched later this year officially. But Bosch has been kind enough to let us have one of the systems that might come in. So we show it for the first time in the Middle East. It's going to be our first time Bosch is entering the IP audio, IPPA, BGM, and voice select. And they already got certification for EN certification. So probably, I think at the moment, only one of the few brands which has EN certification on IP. And it's a brand new product, and I think it's going to be a major game changer in the future.
And we think that'll be ready in time for
We're trying. We already have the system ready in Holland. Hopefully we get to ship it in and get it custom cleared for the show.
Pro Light and Sound Middle East, of course, is in its third year this year, 2018, and you've been exhibiting at every exhibition. Why is it important for you to be there, and who are you hoping to meet this
For
month?
us, I like to be at Pro Light and Sound, just to meet our clients, and we get to know new people. We get to meet a lot of other distributors, plus a lot of other manufacturers, which is important for me. I like to meet and talk about what's happening, and at the show you get to meet manufacturers with a new product or something just new in the audio industry. And definitely most of our clients and system integrators do come in, have a chat. We have a coffee also.
You focus mainly on the UAE market and across a little bit across
for the
Middle East
Bosch,
as well.
because we are distributors for Bosch for UAE, so we do concentrate for the Bosch product in the UAE. With Panacoustics, we handle multiple countries. Sometimes we do get involved with Bosch and other brands for Northern African region, and in Saudi, we've done some few projects where we combine few products together to build up a project.
There's a lot of talk about sort of theme parks hospitality, and of course entertainment. These are sort of key industry verticals that seem to be growing quite a bit in the region. Saudi, of course, is opening up its entertainment markets. UAE Expo 2020 is just around the corner. Where do you see sort of the key opportunities for Aviss in the coming few years?
For the Expo 2020, we're expecting quite a bit because it's going to be an expo. We're expecting a lot of meeting rooms and a lot of conferences going to be held. And Bosch has one of the widest and a complete range of conference and interpretation portfolio. And we are one of the major players in the region for conference equipment and interpretation. And I think for the Expo 2020, if it really kicks in the way we're looking at it, we're expecting a lot of business. We already been shortlisted for the main building for the PAVA systems and other infrastructure that comes along with it. And we hope to get a little bit of our share of the market and for the Expo 2020. Because I think Bosch is already specified in most of the projects that are going to materialize by the time Expo 2020 comes in.
All right, very interesting. Hopefully get good feedback from that particular project. That'd be great news. You're looking at quite strong growth in the coming years, business
yes.
in terms of revenue. I understand you're looking at double digit in terms of business revenue growth.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Are you on track for that growth? And how do you maintain that sort of growth? What are the keys and the keys to success, I guess?
Ever since we started, we've been growing. I mean, we normally touch about 8 to 9 million dirhams business every year. And this year's been pretty good. Minus the last 2 months, been pretty slow, but we still have enough business to sustain ourselves. This month's been pretty good, and we're expecting a lot of nice orders coming in over the next 4 months. And as the expo comes in, a lot of these buildings which are currently under construction will need to be finished. So up to end of next year, we still see a lot of growth. And then once the expo starts, and after Expo 2020 is our main challenges. We started looking at what we're going to do after Expo 2020.
Well, that's the thing. That's sort of my next question. Everyone's sort of building up toward the Expo 2020 and what happens afterwards. Will there be a market correction, or do you see positive growth?
There will be a difference in requirements. So if you look at what's happening at the moment with the infrastructure being built, after 2020, the infrastructure needs to be maintained. So a lot of the business will move towards maintenance and retrofitting existing buildings, existing property. That's where the thing's going to move. And plus, what I foresee, Dubai and the UAE will move more towards the service industry. So you'll have entertainment and amusement parks and all that, and focusing on conferencing and stuff like that. That's where I think what's going to happen after Expo 2020. It's going to be a pure service-based industry.
What about regional expansion? I mean, obviously UAE is probably the core of your business, I suppose, is in this country, in the UAE. Have you thought about 5 to 10 years down the track? Are you heading to retirement, or will you continue to grow Aviss throughout the region? What's in store for you?
I don't think we can retire, because we like that. We don't retire. We hopefully will move the company to other people who can make it grow. But yeah, we're trying to expand into the Middle East. So we're already working with a lot of distributors, but not under Aviss brand. So we're hoping to probably set up an office in other countries. And we do have an office in Africa, in Ethiopia. We do represent a lot of nice brands out in Ethiopia. We do a lot of lovely projects out there. So, but we want to, especially Africa region, where there's going to be a major growth happening later. That's where we'll move on to. India, of course, we have an office there, which doesn't do a lot, but we're hoping to make it sustainable again. Then as other markets open up, hopefully in the region, we have 3-4 countries which are still untapped. So that's going to be probably where we go in after that.
Would you look at potentially expanding your brands portfolio, or are you pretty happy with
definitely.
where you are now?
We would be. We are talking to some people how to expand. Not only at the moment, Aviss is predominantly PA, VA, speech intelligibility based company. So we want to move into the entertainment industry where we can start doing clubs and all that. And because personally, what I find in clubs in the Middle East, or especially in UAE, they're just too loud. And whereas we come from a different background, we're saying we need clubs which are more where you can sit down, chat, have fun, plus talk to people and not just get blasted with sound. So that's where I want to move towards and try to get some more, if possible, if you can make some changes in how clubs are designed here. Clubs, bars, coffee shops, and not just to get, I mean, if you got a lot of shops, coffee shops, even cafes, they just have so many big speakers everywhere and they just blast them at full volume, which I find it I find it irritating. And when I do speak to a lot of people, they find it irritating. Sometimes the owners sometimes feel that's what people want, which I don't think is correct.
No, I think it's nice to be able to talk and listen at the same time.
When you look at England, for example, there's so many changes happening every year in terms of how the decibel levels are defined from coffee shops to clubs. And even when you go to a nightclub in England, it's where you need the music, it's loud. But where you have people sitting, it just goes down where at least you can have a chat with your friends and all that, which is not happening here.
Sanjeev,
have fun.
Thank you very much for joining us.